listen up, everybody. Thank you for coming. Here's how it'll roll. I just texted everybody the curriculum layout. Dustin will run the warm-up, so I need some volunteers to step in. And then, hold on. And then, who did I have? Chad has activity 2. Christina has activity 3. Arturo has activity 4. After each activity, we'll talk about them based on the curriculum and see if it matches or what the things are. I ask that we are critical of each other and not just, oh yeah, that's great. Like, that doesn't help anybody get better. I'm gonna walk around and record because I guarantee that won't pick everything up. Just go through about 2 to 3 sets of it. You don't have to do the whole thing. Step in and coach. Do what you need. After the activity's done, we'll set up the next one and get rolling. Sound good? Yeah? Here we go.
Sweet.
Take away, Dustin.
All right, so week 1, training 1, motor skill. We try to rotate as a club between coordination, speed, and strength training. This week is coordination, so a lot of sideways movements, quick reaction is kind of what we're looking for. Probably shorter movements, not long sprints or anything like that. So Eric was the one that set this up, but he couldn't be here today. So he suggested we do like Simon Says. I modified it a little bit to not take up the entire field. Can I get 2 people just to help demonstrate? I'll go easy on you. Okay. You got it? So to start inside the middle of the cones. So one inside that square, one inside that square. We got 4 different colors. As a coach, I'll be calling out Simon Says. So we're looking for listening skills and also reaction. So Simon Says green, you guys would react, touch green as quickly as you can, back to the middle, got it. If you go with how Simon's saying to, you got 5 push-ups though, got it? So we'll demonstrate real quickly. So Simon Says yellow.
1-0, Christine.
Simon Says orange.
1-1.
Green. Oh,
Ah.
push-ups,
Did you already go back? I tricked him. Wow.
All right, Simon Says yellow. Simon Says red. Simon Says orange, then green.
Orange. Green.
How long do you want this to go for?
It's up to you.
Oh, I can go all day.
Well, here's my
Last
question.
one, let's see who can win. Simon Says yellow, then red, then green.
Am I supposed to be back in the way? Keep going? Or is it just all through?
I think we're gonna give this one to Christine. I'm sorry.
Anything you
He's nice and worn out.
anything that you would coach?
On their movements?
Up to you. You tell me.
So yeah, I mean, if they're just turning to run, I think we're looking for more direct movements, kind of facing the same way. So switch up how your movements are, not just running directly at it. I think they both did a good job. I don't know. Feedback?
I would say the reset.
If they're in their feet moving, so they can react right away. Instead of
I would say
I've
the
got
reset. The
Armando here.
reset.
You gotta work with what you got.
I volunteer on that.
Thank you, Armando.
I would say the reset part, right? Because you go to one and then come reset, then the next one. You know what I mean? Instead of the way she cheated.
Well, you got different movements, though. Instead of just being diagonal every time, maybe it's shuffling sideways and backwards.
Maybe.
Yeah, so.
Well, I'm just thinking like center, and going to whatever. When you said red to green, the red reset green. And the other way
Specify the
around.
rules
I
a
don't
little
know.
bit better. Yeah.
Just to make it less challenging for me.
Okay.
maybe go talk about staying balanced, kind of control, facing forward, so that you're always, not just kind of trying to make it like you're defending somebody or moving around.
And this is just the warm up, right?
Yeah.
I'd still do that.
I think, yeah, we're dealing with U9 through U10, so yeah, soccer posture, being ready on our toes, reacting quickly. Yeah, all good points.
With this activity, I will to keep be aware where they are as they're moving. They're scanning. So
Yeah.
as soon as you say the color, they're ready now.
What about changing posture? You always start here. Will you start the other way and then change? I don't know.
Good. Yeah, mix it up. Mix up the grid for them.
Also can work with the ball. That's tough. That's activity. Don't play outside. guys work with your partner, guys call the collar, you guys go, hit the collar, and touch the ball.
Oh, I like that.
Some stuff's gonna be better, makes sense?
Good. Yeah.
I think the
kids
go ahead. Sorry.
like a little more.
Good. Yeah.
Can I? With this one, I do it a lot, especially for the little ones, because it's fun. Making four groups, sending all four of them in. When I say the collar, they four gotta react and step out through that collar. Does that make sense? Then the other four step in. You said another collar, they just gotta step up. Just a reaction, awareness.
Step out just like over the cone.
So you put like, we got red. The outside colors don't matter, but I put like green, red, yellow, blue in the middle. So when I say the color, they gotta step out through that color.
Okay.
And then as soon as they get out, then the other one's going. And then you add a soccer ball to it.
And
You
it's
can get
four.
them in
And
and
it's 4 players at a time.
4 plays at a time. As soon as they go out, you can go in, and then with the ball inside, toe taps, and then blue. And then they all gotta bring the ball out through that color. That's with that one. That's what I asked for.
So I think my one additional point before we break it down a little bit is it's specifically coordination, it's movement stuff. So for me, it would be about being as efficient as possible in our movement. So if you're going to orange, is it a drop step? Is it a crossover? Like I saw both of them a couple times before they went to yellow, step backwards, before they went forward. Like, so just teaching straight to yellow, take a second so they work on that. Would be more, I think, of the coaching points that I think on top of everything else that would stand out. I mean, Christine, you're a speed agility person. Anything else from a movement standpoint you would add?
I was gonna say, like, when you're going to a certain area, sometimes on the left side, to reach, instead of reaching over, because then you do have to fully turn to wherever you're going, you're just reaching the closest side, and you have to let it position. So, same thing, more efficient.
Cool. As we pull out the curriculum, any thoughts, changes, additions? Was he totally off, totally on? You guys tell me.
I was over here working, so it's for you guys.
Love it, Armando. Love it. Love it. Freaking delegator. Which activity was it? Or which session 1, session 2, which one was it? Do you know? Training 1 of week 1.
Okay.
What were the two things you were focused on? Like coordination?
Just coordination.
Just coordination. Okay.
Well, I think even that's gonna help the speed too. It's gonna
Yeah.
go from a standstill to moving quickly.
Burst speed.
So week 1, right?
Week 1, session 1. Activity 1. So 1, 1, 1. Take the first step. Come on, someone. If it was right, it's right. No problem.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Okay, so activity along the lines of the curriculum, yes or no? Perfect. Okay. We talked about adding a ball, no problem. We talked about changing what it is. Honestly, as long as coordination comes out of it, no issue. The one thing I would add is we talk about the Pando session and like the warm-up. What, if anyone remembers, what do you want to get out of a warm-up? There's a couple different things. Like, and it's
Ready?
okay. So are they mentally ready? Are they sharp? Question for you guys: would this activity make them mentally ready? Why?
Yeah.
Making them think on the go.
Perfect. Makes them think. Yeah, they've got to react. They've got to think. They're not just going through the motions. Okay. Number 2, I think you just said fun. Okay. So energetic, fun, passionate, exciting. So I think Dustin made it competitive. Now, again, it's coaches, but making it a competition between the two automatically makes it more.
It was a competition? Oh, you should have told me.
You have to do the push-ups.
Yeah, I think you have 15 push-ups, by the way. And then the third is their body physically ready to go. Those are kind of the 3 in a warm-up. Do we feel like he hit all 3 of those?
Yeah.
100%. I would say so. Great activity. So let's give Dia a hand. All right, Chad, you're up.
Good. Thank you. That way I'll win. I assume I'll win. I don't know. Maybe not.
Hey, I got y'all by a lot of years.
I would just use flags.
Hey, we have a winner. There you go, Chrissy.
Oh,
There you
yeah,
go.
yeah.
I give you your ball bag. There's a notebook in one of those bags over there. It just has the Roca on the front of it if you want to go grab it.
Okay. Was there supposed to be a tactics board? I don't have a tactics
Yeah, it
board.
hasn't come yet. It's coming tomorrow, actually. But yes, everyone will get a tactic board. Do you need bibs or anything? Soccer balls?
Yes, please.
5, 6, 2, 2. Just 2. All right, pull out the curriculum again. Activity 2, week. Do you know what week you are? Do you remember?
Here's week 1. Yeah.
Week 1, session 1?
Week 1, training 1.
Week 1, training 1, activity 2. Okay?
Week 3.
All right, 3 guys, here we go. Armando.
All we're doing is, I gotta look at my stuff again, give the exact Alright. Ball initially, you're right here with the ball. Playing the ball, stepping off the cone to receive. 1 touch back. Okay, then you're making a sideways run over there. Taking the pass that way. Inside, outside. Yep. And then you're coming up here, backing up this way to receive the next pass there. Okay, gotcha. Okay. You're taking the dribble, coming around this way. Going this way, back here, around, play to the next person in line. Right here. So that's how we work.
Reset
Yeah,
again.
reset. Maybe go more.
I go here and step away.
Yep, step off.
So I
1
go
touch
behind
back.
receive.
1 touch there.
Side to side, is that what you said?
Yep.
And back pedal.
Yep, back pedaling should be the next ball. Yep.
Great Cruyff, Armando. Great Cruyff.
What did you say, Cruyff? Oh, I didn't know. Yeah, she should be dribbling. Yeah, sorry, my bad. Yeah, so you're coming here this way. This person receives here. Like this. This way. Plant foot. This way around the corner.
Cruyff, yep.
And finish with the pass here.
See that Cruyff, Bay?
I saw that.
Whoop. Hey.
Yep, good. Oh, good. You should be receiving on your back foot. Should we receive the next pass now?
What's this, Michael?
Hey. Woo. Send him skating.
Oh, I picked
Now you're receiving here. Yes. Good. There. Love it. Just dribbling. Yep. Is that correct? Big? Yep. Yep. Love it. Yep. So run a couple more times. You should receive now. Good. Playing right now. Love it. Communication.
She doesn't
She's doing the exercise wrong.
Go around last time for everybody. Oh, you dribbled.
Jeez, coach. Freaking can't get it right. Yeah, no kidding.
Alright, that's it.
Okay, any coaching you would add in there, Chad?
Just the things that I was trying to do initially is just the idea of making the quick step off the cone to receive here, to make sure that that one touch is very right to feet, which happened a lot, which is good. Then that quick step this way instead of the rock step that happened this way before. Receive here, make sure that dribble is a quick touch this way, fast, making a flat foot left instead of the stuff like this. Just making deliberate movements with your feet everywhere you go around the field.
Okay. What were the things that he needed to hit in activity 2? Okay, but what type of dribbling? There should be, I think, 4 on there. So, outside what? Outside foot passing, dribbling? Dribbling. Okay, so did Chad hit on outside the foot dribbling?
I did not say anything.
Okay, so number 1, outside the foot dribbling. There is dribbling, but just make it outside the foot. Okay, what else? For ball striking, okay? So, hey, pay attention, guys. So, center of the foot, ball striking, was that happening?
Yeah.
It was, but was it purposeful? Okay, why do you say no, Chad?
Because I didn't instruct them to do it.
Okay, perfect. So most time kids are gonna step up, hit inside. Little kids actually tend to use their laces. Okay, so we may specifically with little kids like have to step in and coach inside of the foot, center, strike through the center. Okay, what else? Outside cut. So we used a Cruyff, so maybe we're off on which one it is, but outside cut. So let's say it's a Cruyff. Did we do the Cruyff? Yes, 100%. Okay, should be one more, I think. Should be receiving, if I remember correctly. Receiving, turning with the outside of their foot. So here, one touch pass. Okay, receiving here. Chad talked about what? Back foot. So we may need to change that to outside the foot so they can take off on a big push. Okay, so those are some of the things that weren't hit. No worries. How would we go about coaching that? Because there's a lot in there. Great activity, yes or no?
Yes.
I think it's a great activity. A lot of repetitions, constantly moving, hitting all the different things in one activity. I think that's very, very tough. How would you go about coaching those 4 things though?
I'd say use the Pandle method, and I know we're adults, but as a coach, I'd show it, demonstrate, kind of step by step, give them the expectation.
Okay, be more specific. What would you show and what would you explain?
Oh, he did it towards the end, like for the Cruyff, the plant foot, you know, the movements, the actual selling the move and actually doing it correctly instead of going through the motions, right?
Okay.
So things like that.
Okay. Anybody else?
Repetition on the movement that they need to make, right? If it's, I don't know, just every single one of them. A lot of the times you'll have kids that they'll just go through the motions because you kind of showed them, but they're not really listening to, hey, center of the ball, dribbling with your outside foot, and you kind of have to watch those as you go through the thing.
I like that. Anybody else?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So my warm-up leads into this.
Okay.
And gives very specific instruction on how to do each move.
Okay.
Does that help accomplish what we're trying to do?
You guys tell me.
As long as you're telling the players, right? Because a lot of the times, like myself, like I'll write a session, and I know some of the things that I need to talk about. Some of the things that I needed to talk about, they were on my notebook, and I never called them out on my session. And it's like, oh, wait, I get home, and it's like, no, I should have, you know. So I don't know.
Any other thoughts before I jump in? Okay.
It doesn't happen often. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, just don't.
So for me, a lot going on here. How long did it take for our coaches to figure this exercise out?
2 rounds, 2 3 rounds.
I would say 2.5 minutes is what I timed. Okay, so we talked about this in the last planning session. The first set shouldn't be a lot of coaching. Why? Yeah, let the activity, the logistics of the activity get figured out. Then, now coach. What is my script? That's the word, script. What is my script for coaching? So what is the first thing that I need to get across to these guys? So what's the first thing that happens here?
Where people need to be to start.
Okay, after the logistics, sorry. Yes, after the logistics. What is the first soccer thing I need to coach? The striking. So the first thing I would do after that first set, if it's right and everyone's going, is coach, center of the ball, inside the foot, center of the foot, ball striking. Show it, whatever you need to do. This is where you get to be your own coach. Coach that. And make sure they understand this. And I wouldn't necessarily worry about everything else because there's so much going on. Just focus on that one piece. And then after they start to figure that out, little break. Now coach, what's next? Okay, receiving outside the foot. So then here, okay, we've got this down, guys. This is fantastic. Now we strike the ball again here, but it's receiving with the outside of the foot. Show them how to do it. Give them an example. Maybe if you can't do it, because sometimes that happens, you're going to have a player that can. Most of the time. Have that player demo it. Hey, Jimmy's fantastic. Jimmy, come over here. Let's watch Jimmy do it. Gives him all the confidence in the world, but also shows kids their age that someone can do it. Does that make sense? Like just that. Because I think sometimes we get in here and what did you start to do after the first activity? Coach everything. And as a player, as a coach, like you're just, it's in one ear out the other. So I would say set 2, outside the foot. Set 3 is then the croy for the outside the cut. Set 4 is receiving outside, dribbling outside the foot, whatever it was. Does that make sense? Yeah. Thoughts, questions, comments?
Just one other thing. I think right there in the middle, I know my little girls, man, it's gonna be, they're just gonna be banging at each other. Right here. Up center cone, trying to make this pass so the runs dribble around. I'm pretty sure it's gonna go haywire right there.
Oh yeah, especially because you'll have the player that's gonna be on the next one, and then the ones lining up.
Okay.
It's smaller for us, but it's actually twice the size for those girls.
Okay. So I wouldn't disagree, but I would also say maybe take that out for the first time you do it, and then to make it more complicated, okay, they've got more control, they're starting to understand it. Now I throw in the middle cone to add passive. It's not pressure, but there is, oh, there's another player there. I've got to look up and dodge that player when I go to pass the ball. Like I've got to dodge the guy passing as I dribble. Yeah? So I think great point. Maybe the first time we do it, maybe it's just to hear and then figure something or whatever it is. The next time, okay, I want to make it more complicated. Now I throw that in there, or I throw a stick or a mannequin, or I'm the coach and maybe I just stand here. Whatever it is, just to make it more challenging. Awesome. Give Chad a hand. Christine, all you. What do you need?
Balls and then the flags and
Do you need bibs?
yeah,
How many flags do you need? All 4? More than 4? How many balls?
Four flags or 8 flags? Probably 2 more.
I'm gonna run and get my phone.
You're good.
And I'll tell you what, his dad,
Here? Yeah. No, it's what grass.
Where do you want them?
put like a goal here, just like a putt goal. Put it on this side, and then one directly across, and then I'll just.
Same thing on the other side.
Need help setting up?
If you want to grab 4 flags, actually, then I'll show you where to set them.
3 yards, okay? Or you want them smaller? Smaller?
Maybe, yeah, like a putt goal.
2 yards.
That's good. Do you need more of these? I mean,
Further, is this good? Do you want it same distance as that one is from the half line? Wants to show off his skill.
Can we portray this as bigger?
Yeah, that's totally fine. Yeah.
And then I'll put like half the balls on this one over there.
Right here. Jeez.
They go into cones?
Just, yep. This is just like boundaries, out of bounds.
Oh my gosh. No wonder, never mind, I'm not going to say it. All right, here we go, volunteers.
Yeah,
Don't look for speed. He said, don't look for speed. On the cone, Bailey. Do you not listen to instructions? Bailey. Holy cow. Struggle City.
You're not in, I'm assuming.
Ugh.
You're afraid? It's okay.
I got film. I got film.
Whatever, dude.
That's the GoPro.
Yeah. Is it okay? I messed it up.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can see on all our buttons.
All right, coach, here we go.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate what we're doing. So we're working on dribbling with the outside of our foot. Once you pass the half line, you have to make a cut with the outside of your foot. And then you're going to shoot, depending on what side you cut with, on either goal. Okay, it's just 1 versus 0, so no pressure right now. I'm going to go first. Okay, you're going to strike it with the inside foot, center of the ball. So you're going to dribble straight forward with the outside of your foot. Once you pass the half line, you make a cut, okay, and then you strike the ball, center of the ball. Okay, we're going to do 3 reps. So you 3 will go after Bailey goes, then whoever up is next goes on this side. We'll alternate, you 3 go, and then I'll explain what we're going to do next.
I know. You want somebody receive the ball when it comes through? Yeah. Pass it back.
Alright, go ahead, Bailey. Show us how it's done. Great.
Oh, she almost missed.
Am I going next?
You're next. Good shot. Yeah, I think so.
Oh, salsa. Mr. Show Off.
Perfect, okay.
Orange, you're getting crushed.
Great. Okay, Orange, go back to your side.
Look how small this goal is.
Hey, you guys gotta work on your accuracy, apparently.
Okay, now we've got some pressure, so this will be a 1v1. Bailey's gonna have no pressure to start. She's gonna dribble the same exact way with the outside of her foot. She has to then make a cut and then a shot on goal. You guys cannot shoot till you're past half. Okay, I don't care where you make your cut, but you can't shoot till you're past half. As soon as Bailey then shoots the ball, Dustin, you are going to take the ball. Bailey, you are then on defense, so you are working, transitioning to defense as fast as you can. As soon as then Dustin shoots, Armando, you're gonna go. Say, Dustin, you're on the defense after that. So we're gonna go for a couple reps until we're tired. All right, ready? Go. That's not it. That's not
That's part of it.
All right, Dustin, yep. And cut. Cut with the outside.
Maybe yourself up.
Yep, make sure we're cutting. Make sure you're cutting. With the outside foot.
Oh,
with
sorry.
the outside. First steal of the game. Come on, Celso. Run defense, run defense. Perfect.
You're on defense, buddy. That guy's some boots.
Cut outside. Outside foot, cut.
Orange winning. Right?
Outside foot. Celso.
Outside foot. Outside.
Outside.
Ole!
Nice.
Go
Celso.
away from over there already. Left.
Here we go. That's
Got
it.
no left.
Strike. Get a strike.
Come on. Slide.
There you go, Armando. Oh. Dribble, yep. Dribble with the outside. Cut, good. Nice, Celso. Strike with the inside.
What happened to no speed, dude? That was speed right there.
Oh, my bad. Oh, I got you. I got you.
Woo!
You're on defense. Oh.
He went. Okay, good. Are we good?
You tell me. All right,
Yep, we did.
pull out the curriculum.
Set about.
Come a little tighter so I don't have to yell. You guys don't have to yell.
The communication was bring peace. Just saying.
All right, break it down. Let's talk curriculum logistics first. What were the restraints or restrictions?
Dribble, outside foot,
Okay, dribbling with the outside of the foot, cut outside the foot,
and center strike.
center strike. Okay, did all three of those happen?
For the most part.
Okay, for the most part.
Only
Okay,
at the beginning,
Mine was
Christine, when
really-
she did it, that was it.
okay.
Only me.
Why did they not happen, or why wasn't it consistent?
Oh,
Players don't pay
pressure.
attention.
Okay, say that again.
The players aren't paying attention.
Sometimes players aren't paying attention. I noticed that with some of the coaches. So. Point proven. Okay, next.
Sometimes you go back to your favorite move, though. So
Yeah,
it's like it's one of those things.
Okay.
You have a favorite move that you like.
So Bailey said pressure. You get pressure, and all of a sudden you go back to your habits.
A lot of
Okay.
times the players don't have that move, so they.
Okay.
We tend to go to your comfortable
Okay.
touch.
And most of the time, Michael, players know what you're gonna do, so they like automatically step in front of you. And
Okay.
then instead of going out, then you try something else.
Okay.
That's when we don't do
I
it.
noticed it was hard for, when they knew what they were going to do, it was hard for them to use their off foot on the outside. They didn't want to use it. They always want to use the same dominant foot on the outside.
Okay. So great point. How do we help that? Because it's a problem for every single freaking player in the club.
Force, I always tell my players, and it's the same thing with like shooting. I don't care how ugly it looks, just do it. I don't care if you trip over the ball, but you have to do it. The more you do it, the better you're going to
Okay. So thoughts in this activity. Let's go, Peter.
Well, so in an activity like this, you might try to find a way to either add, I don't know, like you could say if you don't do this, you do push-ups. Like there could be a penalty, or there
consequence,
could be a
okay.
reward. There could be a consequence or a reward based off whether you follow the constraints or not.
Okay. What else?
Another thing I would add, it would be like if you're gonna use the outside foot, I would add a feint to the inside and then bring it out to the
Okay.
outside.
Add an additional piece.
get. You could also, in the first step when there's no pressure, they have to alternate. One time you
Okay,
go right,
we're getting along the right lines. Okay, so Spence is saying you have to alternate, so one left, one right. Okay, what would you do in the game?
Step over, like, have him, because otherwise, this is the question I had when I raised my hand. How do you adjust to the one repetition movement that you're working with your kids, and then you add a position, and they have to use the right foot to finish. So everybody else on the other side, they know that they have to use the right foot, so they're always in front of it.
Okay.
How do you adjust to that? Like, how do you guys adjust to that?
Well,
It can be creation, fake, right?
You did right on
Yeah. But I'm
Yeah, I
assuming,
get what
like, a
you're
lot of the
saying.
times you're forcing that one. Let's say you're working on the left foot, and you put opposition on it, right? And they have to finish on the left. Well, the defender is always on that side, so they're never going to be able to finish.
Potentially. Do they have to finish on that goal?
No. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else?
They throw in like they have to take an outside touch with both feet before they can look to shoot.
So they have to go left or right. I think that's
Okay.
the next level of complication.
Yeah.
The simplest level of complication for me would be the first set, they have to use left foot only. Why?
Just gets them comfortable with it.
It forces them to have to do it.
Here's a question. So when you have a defender on you, like you said, if I know you have to cut out with your, if I start dribbling my right foot and you have to cut with your outside foot, and yeah, you could switch over to your left, but the defender's going to play you one way. And so if you're in the first set when there's nobody there, alternate left, right, whatever. But in the second set when the defender gets on there, would it be beneficial to not get that stipulation where they have to cut with the outside of the foot? I mean, just to get around the defender.
Did you guys answer the question?
Part of curriculum.
Yeah,
that's it.
I'm
Okay,
fine
it's
with using it.
it's part of the curriculum, but why is it part of the curriculum?
It's the most common.
It's a core.
It's the most common way to beat a player in the world.
I think it's something that they have to master.
Say that again.
They have to master.
Okay, and we said this earlier. If we don't force them to do it, are they going to do it? So for me, it's a great question. It's a great comment that comes up all the time. If I say it's left-footed, cut, and it's left-footed finish, naturally, what are they going to start to do? Take away my, sorry, 9 and 8 and 10-year-olds are not smart enough to figure that out. Number one. Maybe 11 and 12, 10, okay? Number two, just because you cut doesn't mean you have to shoot right away. What else could you do?
You do another cut.
Cut again, and now I finish here. And that's what the game, like you watch Messi never uses freaking right foot. It's here, you know what I mean? It's just forcing that repetition of it. Then what do we do in activity 4? Or what could you do in activity 3 or set 3?
So for me, maybe.
Hold on really quick. Sorry. What could you do in set 3? So set 1 is left foot only. Set 2 is right foot only. Set 3 is both. Pick. So now it's okay. I've worked on my left, worked on my right. Now I get to choose. Most of them will go back to only using their strong foot, but at least we're giving them more comfort at it. And if you do this for now 3 weeks, all of a sudden their left foot becomes this much better. And then when we go at it again in another month, it gets better again, Does that kind of answer your question? Fabio, go ahead. Sorry.
On the beginning, also like what you can do is like just add a flag on the middle or a cone on the middle.
Yeah.
And then tell them to do certain when they hit that, they had to cut outside your foot and like, or
Give them a marker that acts
or
like a defender.
Hey, you have to go around the cone and then like together then use to do it, and then maybe the second step with no cones for the kids.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
you know.
I like that. Any other thoughts?
I think it's important to give them all the different tools that they need to be successful, so they don't come at some sort of thing at the end and go, I don't know how to fix that. And you as a coach, you're going, okay, well, I don't know how to fix it either. So you end it. So I like that. It's like if that's one of the tools you want to give them, an outside cut with multiple cuts to get around somebody, then why not have a set be like that? So they have all the tools to be able to not run into that mess later.
So, great. Would you do that? Because this was an introduction session, yes or no? Would you do that the first time?
The first time.
So, introduction session. Why do you say no,
yeah,
Spence?
Keep it simple, master it first before you make it complicated.
Okay, so just work on the one cut. They feel good at that. Okay, maybe the next time now I add it's the same activity, but now add the cone and you have to cut all the way around before we play again. And then I think that's great. Perfect. Any other thoughts?
Orange team got their butts kicked.
Okay, let me ask size-wise. Do we feel this is adequate size?
Yeah, that's great for little ones.
It's a drill for the age.
Well, I
For
mean,
the age group.
You
For the
can
age group?
concentrate it. You
Okay.
can, like everybody, like not go around too much.
Perfect.
And you can like not let your kids.
I would agree. I have no issue with the size. I think it's tight, it's close, it's realistic to the space that they're going to end up playing on. Like, you may even need to make it a little bit tighter as they start to get better, because pressure comes instantly. But I thought the space was great. I thought the activity is great.
I like the action. You finish, you strike the ball.
The transition,
defend
yeah,
defending.
it keeps it flowing.
I think the body position can coach more than a way you defending 1v1. That's better.
I like that. You could tie it into the warm-up
Yeah.
that Dustin did of coordination. Like,
Yeah.
okay, after transition, how am I reacting to defend? Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead.
I have a question. How do you guys, you know, when you have kids that they go and finish, they keep an eye on the ball until they score, and how do you adjust that? How do you tell them, hey, the shot is already done. You have to transition quickly and defend. Because a lot of the times they're just still watching it, and then the other kid is going.
You know exactly where it's going to be. And a lot of the times they follow their goal. They just go with it. They forget to go in the middle.
They're starting crying.
That happens a lot.
I think it's a good question. What do you guys do?
Buzzword is a buzzword.
Like what?
Like react.
Okay, react. I use the same word. I'm like, reactions. What are reactions?
Yeah, back.
Back.
I usually tell them, whoever forgets to go back and transition to defense, 5 push-ups. And when you
Consequence?
give them something, restriction, then they start getting into it.
Okay,
And
Get
sometimes
them
it works.
aware. Yeah.
perfect. Let's give.
Full players that do it every time. Good players.
Awesome. Let's give Christine a hand. All right, Arturo, you're up.
Well, we go to the implementation phase, so I'm going to need 5 and 5.
Come on.
That's a lot.
Oh,
Orange, stay orange. I need 2 very good players with orange.
Two very
do you want to go midfield or
Mid,
full
mid.
field?
We'll
Okay,
go 5,
midfield.
5.
Perfect. Yep, it's great.
No, half of the field. Let's do 5. 5
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
Yep. I didn't know goalie was going to be an option.
I know that's one pretty hard. Do you need help with the stuff?
No, it's good. It's already set. Just go to the game.
What's up, Plex?
Can I have soccer balls?
There's a ball bag and bibs.
Oh.
And a notebook. Just remind me to get it to you after.
Yeah, both of them.
Exactly what I told the kids not to do.
I'm a master of this.
Because they terrible.
All right, guys, we're gonna go 5v5. We're gonna go through the implementation here. Can we go like 2 on the back, 1 up front, 2 on the wings? Since we go 5 players, we just go a 2.
2-1-2.
2-1-2, 1 midfielder. Yeah, 2-1-2.
Take this.
Okay, this is the game, boys, guys. Black UP defenders, orange UP attackers. This is going to happen in the attacking half of the field. Okay? Me as a coach, I'm going to start feeding the ball to a defender, and then defender, you can start building up. I want the midfielder to get involved and the forward. Now, the main idea of this will be to finish, to score. Does that make sense? Now, I want you guys, attackers, once you get the ball, spread out so we can create a space. And my defenders, I want you guys to step up and go like a 1v1, but if a 2v1 necessary so you can steal the ball. If you guys steal the ball from them, you guys go and score. If the ball goes out of bounds, don't worry about it. You guys go back and I'll feed another ball, and we start with the center back always. Is that cool? Any questions? Are we good? We won't play offsides, okay? All right. Okay, good. Play. All right, reset. Play.
You start yelling at me.
Golazo!
Get back.
I don't think
Reset.
turf cleats work well on wet grass.
Okay, good. Reset. Now, we as coaches, remember, guys, we try to play, when we play our game, we try to do what we practice. So as you're dribbling, if we can apply the Cruyff movement, the outside, just do. Now, the main idea will be to exploit and get the ball behind the defenders to score. Yes? Play. Straight out, check. Be good.
We're gonna tear an ACL out here, man.
I may sign a waiver or something.
What a touch, Celso! Oh, jeez. All right, stop it and coach for a second.
You want to stop it?
Stop and coach.
Oh. Okay, guys, I would love to see when you're attacking. We know the goal is in the middle, but let's make the field bigger. Let's spread out so we can get the defenders from there because it gets too crowded. So let's attack through the wings, create more space, and then we'll put the ball behind the defender so we can finish it. Okay? No, I'm not talking to the defenders. I mean to the attackers. Defenders speaking, we all know we got to stay compact, but I want my attackers to spread out and not to bunch up in the middle because it's getting kind of crowded, so we can penetrate and get the ball behind the defenders, if that makes sense.
All right,
We're good?
walk on in, guys. Walk on in. Sorry, Lex.
Oh man, I was a puddle over there.
Jeff's feet are soaked. Bailey and Dustin about ate it.
Again, orange team got their butts kicked.
Dustin got a nut shot. All right, okay, so let's go to the curriculum. What was the game implementation? What's it say?
FIFA rules.
Okay, FIFA rules. What's it mean by FIFA rules?
Throw-ins,
Offside.
offsides.
Okay,
Good
so
takeoff, offsides.
he took off offsides. What was the reasoning?
Create space.
Maybe. Okay, so think about that. I would keep offsides in because it's realistic to the game. Okay, what else? What else is in there? What are the numbers? 7v7. Okay. What were the numbers on the field?
6v6.
Aha, 6v6. We said 5v5, but it was 6v6. So in the curriculum, the goalkeeper is included in that number, just so you're aware. So when it says 3v3, that's 2 field players and a goalkeeper, or it's just 3 field players with no goalkeeper. That's up to you to decide. Okay. What is the tactical objective? Should say it at the top or at the bottom. I can't remember. Finishing is the phase of play. Okay, so how do we get finishing out of that game? Arturo stepped in and coached a little bit. Instead of just letting them play, how do we get finishing out of this activity?
Get the ball outside, look for that cross top of the box for your
Okay.
9 instead of just going in.
So let's talk coaching. How would you coach that? It's right. How would you coach that into this activity? Do it in the flow? Would you do it in the breaks? Would you do some patterns? Like, you guys tell me, what would you do to get the tactics? Because we're doing all this individual, small-sided, 1v1 stuff, 2v1, 1v1, 1v0. Now we're in a game. How do you get tactics into a game?
On the flow right there, like when they pass outside, you could tell your, hey, why you not join that side for like a numbers or 2v1s, like to penetrate, like, you know, and then.
Okay, so how would
or
you?
like-
It's right. How would you do that?
Yeah. So, like before, or
You tell me. How would you help your team do that?
right. So I can, like on the warm up, or so like before, like hey, tell them like create spaces with like some support, right? So remember the Zach drill. He's starting. Shad starting right there, like when there's the passing going, like you have to move forward with that. Like sometimes the kids pass outside right there and they think that
They
job
just
is
stand.
done,
Okay.
right? It's like tell them like, hey, you have one extra step to do it. Your job is not done. What
Okay.
can you do, to help that player has a ball still?
Other thoughts?
You can use combination pass to penetration.
Okay, so let's take out the specific coaching point. How would you apply it to the game?
Yeah, so he did. Arturo mentioned for the defending team, try to create a 2v1 with orange.
Okay,
Right?
again, I'm going to pause.
Okay.
That's the coaching point.
Okay.
How do you actually apply that into the game? What's up, Matt? You're in the next one, just FYI.
I would tell the specific players exactly what you're looking for and what to do.
Okay, build off of that. When would you do that?
I like to do it on the fly. I like
Okay.
to do it like a player makes a pass off, the ball's over there, boom, come and talk to that player. Hey, you missed a player out here. Next time you're here, I want you to be looking both sides of the field and make sure you're seeing.
Okay, so-
I don't like to stop the game too much. I like to keep it flowing, but
Okay, so there's one example. Ball got played this way. Freeze. Walk them through the coaching points that all you guys talked about. Okay, show them. Because we haven't shown them in any of the other activities, yes or no? We haven't. So maybe I get out here before we even play. And hey, this is the one thing I'm looking for. Is a wide player receives the ball and we get an overlap. Or a wide play, whatever it is you're trying to get out of the session. Like that tactical objective, you show them, okay, let them play. Freeze. Or I don't want to freeze. I'm going to coach it in the rest. Okay, so now I go show, hey, remember this time when Brittany played Allie and Brittany just played and watched. We want Brittany to play and get around and then show that. Okay, so now everyone's seen it in set 2. Now what can we do? Coach in the flow, that repetition over and over again. Hey, Allie, I need you to play Maddie and get around her because she's seen it. And if it's not happening, then we go coach it. Again, you stop it. That's why I'm asking, like, how do you apply those things? Does that make sense? Like, we understand the info, but how do you actually get it out in the game is kind of what I was searching for there. Other thoughts?
So with my younger team, because a lot of the concepts are new, I have to build. And I don't know what you guys did before, but
Yeah.
I would do like a passing pattern to finishing.
Okay.
And then try to have them implement that specific passing pattern to finish in the game.
Okay.
And it would be more of a maybe not continuous flow, but maybe, hey, recognize these cues when when the 8 shows to them from the side. Can we play that ball down and get an overlap? from
Okay. So
outside?
giving them cues or
Yeah,
triggers.
yeah.
Okay. I've seen Celso do this a lot just because I've trained next to him. What do you use in your stoppages or even before training? Tactic. He uses. Hey, he has a tactics board, and he sits there and he walks through. So okay, we've done all that. Maybe I bring out my tactic board. Hey, this is what I'm looking for. Da 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 da. Then all of a sudden, now you go do it live, but it's a quick little show. You don't have to walk everybody through it. Boom, boom, boom. Tactics board. There's a lot of different ways to do it. Just think about how we can apply it in that final game. Other thoughts on today?
It's good.
Thought everybody was awesome. Very well done, guys. Let's give each other a hand. Great stuff. I will get this all put together and emailed.
was Mark. I'm still feeling it. Right. Luckily, I got him most of it. Look at these. Oh. Hey, how are you? Back up.
You know what's funny?
In a coach, if you're competing in coach's education, I know that you're hard.
Yeah. And I always demonstrated.
By the bench. What the hell? Where'd you get that? The game back on.